Jannah.
Okay, so before you take your seat, kindly please pick up a pieces of paper and arrange your chairs properly. Okay, before we proceed to our formal discussion, can someone from the class recall our topic last meeting? Okay, Justin? Very good. Our topic last meeting is all about sentence fragment. Can someone from the class define sentence fragment? Shane? Okay, very good. Sentence fragment is a sentence that is missing either its main verb or its main subject. So, for our introductory activity for today, I have here scrambled letters. And you are going to rearrange these letters into its correct word. So for the first word, we have
Person.
For the second letter, we have
Format.
Very good. And for the last letter, we have
Family.
Very good. So all of your answers are all correct. So everyone, please give a hand of yourselves. Okay, so our topic today is obviously about composing a letter and knowing its kinds, parts, and punctuation marks needed in writing a letter. So, before proceeding, let us read our objectives together. Okay, very good, thank you. So, I have here pictures. Okay, let's now proceed to the parts of a letter. First is we have the heading. So everybody read the definition of the heading.
This includes the address and the date you wrote the letter.
So basically, heading is all about the sender's information, such as the sender's name, address, contact information, and any other important information. Next is we have inside address. Everybody read.
This is the recipient's address, including their name and complete mailing address.
That's right. If heading is all about the sender's information, inside address is all about the recipient's information or the receiver's information. And next, we have the salutation. Everybody read.
This is your greeting to the recipient.
Okay, so this salutation indicates what is the recipient. If the recipient, if she or he is a Mr., a Miss, a Mrs., a doctor, attorney, or etc. And for the next part, we have the body. So the body is the main part of your letter where you convey your message. So body is considered as the heart of the letter because of course this is where the message indicates or put. Next is we have the complementary closing. This is a polite way to end your letter. So can you give me an example of a complementary closing? James?
Respectfully yours.
Thank you. Very good. How about Sherry?
Sincerely yours.
Very good. All of your answers are correct. And to end your letter, we have the signature. So your signature will prove that the letter is originally from you or written by you. So that's all for the parts of a letter. Again, what are the parts of a letter? We have the
Heading, inside address, salutation, body, complimentary close, signature.
Okay, thank you. So always remember the parts of a letter because later on you will compose a letter. Okay? So after the parts of a letter, we have the kinds of a letter. We have the formal, the informal, and the semi-formal. So the formal letters are precise and keep strictly professional in nature. Because of course, informal letters are used in a formal setting. So some of the examples of formal letters are business letters, official letters, school letters, and so on. Next is we have the informal letter. Everybody read the definition of informal letter.
This is also called
A personal letter. This kind of letter is usually written to friends, family members, and so on.
Okay, so informal letter doesn't have format because of course it is a personal letter. And lastly, we have the semi-formal letter. This kind formal letter. So it is either addressed for a formal setting and addressed to ones near you. So after knowing the parts, the kinds of a letter, let us now move on to how to write a letter and know the punctuation mark needed in composing a letter. So how to write a letter? First is, of course, you need to choose what kind of letter you want to write. And next is just follow the parts of a letter from heading to the signature. Always remember that we only use punctuation mark in the salutation part and the closing part. So in salutation part, we use a colon after the salutation if we are writing a formal letter. And if we are writing an informal and semi-formal letter, we are going to use the comma after the salutation. So for example of the formal letter, dear Miss Jones, and then colon. For example, for the informal and semi-formal letter, dear Sarah, and then comma. And for the closing, or the complementary closing, we only use comma after the closing. So for example, sincerely, comma, and then your name under, and love, comma, and then your name. So this is how you compose a letter. So do you have any questions?
None so far.
Clarifications?
None.
Silent reactions?
None.
Okay. So let's now proceed to the activity. So you are going to identify and label the parts of the letter. By the way, I'm just going to choose 7 students from the class. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. For the first box, we have Shira. What is the first box, Shira? What part of the letter is the first box?
Heading.
Okay, thank you. It is the heading. For the last part, we have the
Signature.
That's right. So for our assessment for today, give a 1/4 sheet of paper, get a 1/4 sheet of paper, and answer false if the statement is correct, and write true if the given statement is incorrect. Okay? You can start now. Please pass your paper forward. Okay, thank you. So before we end our discussion, I have here an assignment for you. So in a short bond paper, write an inspiration letter to your person of choice. And you will be giving it to him or her. And as a proof of your letter, you can take a photo of your letter together with the person the letter is dedicated to. So do you have any questions, class?
None so far.
Okay, I guess that's all for today. Thank you and goodbye.
Goodbye and thank you, Ma'am Jannah. Thank you for teaching us. God bless you. Sana all. Ma'am Jannah. Picture.